Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Ba'ashem Barakah Kodash, Barakathom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And peace and salutations to Ya'akim out there pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure until the end. This is the brother Raya with another video, and I'm going to start it off with 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. And when we go down to the word perdition in the Strongs, it's
Strong's G 684, apoleia.
apoleia, destroying, utter destruction, of vessels, of perishing, ruin, destruction, of money. And that son of perdition has been revealed to be Esau Edom, the so-called white man, the red Hebrew Edomite, who does everything for profit to the detriment to people and the world at large. And ever since Esau Edom has come into power, beginning with the Renaissance, he's turned this entire planet into an utter waste for profit. And a big example of that is what we'll be getting into with this video on the historical prohibition of cannabis, which wasn't for protecting the people from a harmful drug. It was to protect the profits of big business, such as big oil, as well as those who use trees for paper. And real quick, this isn't a video advocating smoking cannabis. You're not supposed to smoke it anyway. That's why you cough when you have that smoke in your lungs. That smoke's not supposed to be there, even though cannabis does have a lot of medicinal benefits when cultivated correctly. But the video I'll be profiling is the real reason cannabis was prohibited, and it's on Cannabis Saves Lives. And it's a pretty big video, so I'm going to be jumping around a bit.
So absurd and untenable has become the government's position on marijuana that more and more people are beginning to suspect that the prohibition is not based on the presumed dangers of its chemical compounds, but on the tremendous potential that hemp has always shown in history for industrial production. Known since ancient times as the miracle plant, the sister of man, a gift from the gods, the history of cannabis is deeply linked to human history. Since the dawn of civilization, the cannabis plant has been an invaluable source for the production of textiles, paper, food, and fuel materials, in addition to providing a wide range of important medicinal remedies.
You can make paper out of it, you can make cloth out of it, you can make cord out of it, you can make oil, you can make medicine.
You can make food out of hemp seed oil. You can burn it in a lamp. You can make rope. You can make parachute cordage and tie your shoes. And the Constitution was really printed on hemp paper.
You can make plastic from hemp.
He just said you could make plastic from hemp, which is a no-brainer alternative to the oil-based plastics we use now, which have been polluting the planet and also a carcinogen to people.
Paper from hemp, wood from hemp, oil from hemp, fuel from hemp, name it.
The cannabis plant is very resistant, can grow at almost any latitude, requires no herbicides or pesticides to be cultivated, and grows
requires no cancer-causing herbicides or pesticides to be cultivated.
Faster than almost all other crops. Cannabis can produce up to 25 tons of biomass a year per cultivated acre, an extraordinary feat. The two most common species of cannabis are sativa and indica. The first one, taller and slender, has a thinner foliage and can reach up to 24 feet in height. Indica is much stockier and thicker in foliage. Also, the sativa leaves are thinner and more elongated, while those of the indica are shorter and more well-rounded. A third type of cannabis, less common, is the ruderalis, which grows mainly in the colder regions of Central Asia. The chemical compound causing the mental alterations in the smoker, called THC, is found only in the leaf and flower of cannabis. The rest of the plant can be used to derive hundreds of useful products without having to discard a single gram. The stalk of cannabis is composed of an inner, more woody and rigid part, and an outer wrapping, which is softer and fibrous in nature. From the central stem, the pulp for paper production is harvested. The oldest cannabis paper dates back to the Chinese Empire of 4000 BC. In Europe, the use of cannabis paper began in the 8th century under the Emperor Charlemagne, who strongly encouraged its cultivation. Used by monks to copy the Holy Scriptures, cannabis paper also provided the parchments for the first Bible printed by Gutenberg. The outer wrapping of the stem produces the fiber needed to make ropes and fabrics, which are universally recognized for their quality and durability. Literally millions of miles of rope of all types and sizes have been produced with cannabis fiber in the course of history.
For centuries prior to about 1850, all the ships that sailed the western seas were rigged with hempen rope and sails. A 44-gun frigate took over 60 tons of hemp for rigging, including an anchor cable 25 inches in circumference.
The range of fabrics that can be produced with the fiber of cannabis is virtually unlimited.
The beauty of the hemp fibre is that it could be many things depending on its method of cultivation and the method of processing. These can range from coarse hessians, industrial fabrics such as carpet backings, to the finest linens. With special steam treatment, the fibre can fibrillate and produce a cloth of a silky consistency, which is indistinguishable from natural silk.
Fabrics from cannabis are generally softer and stronger than cotton. They cost less, and their manufacturing, unlike cotton, produces virtually no pollution.
But cotton's big business to the son of perdition.
Hemp is undoubtedly the most durable of the natural fibres. The original Levi jeans were made from recycled sailcloth, which was made from hemp fibre, and it proved its worth under the most trying of conditions. The testing we've done over 3 years, 3 years of very hard wash and wear, don't make the slightest impression on the hemp fibre. It softens, but it doesn't weaken.
The seeds of cannabis can be used as a food base, ground into a high-protein flour, or used to produce an excellent edible oil, rich in protein, carbohydrates, and essential fatty acids, such as omega-3 and omega-6.
Hemp seed oil is unique in having such a high proportion of the omega-3 unsaturated fatty acids, with a very strong cardioprotective effect. It has a near complete balance of essential amino acids, second only to soybean.
The oil of cannabis may also provide a superior fuel for illumination and domestic heating, or it can be used as fuel for cars in the form of ethanol.
As you can see, there is no smoke emitting from this in this room. Try this with a tablespoon or 2 of gasoline, and you will have the comparative test. Also, when your engine is through burning on gasoline, take it apart and see how much dirty carbon you find in the engine. We found that running a car 3,500 miles, we couldn't even get a white glove dirty when we took our finger inside of the exhaust pipe.
In 1941,
Cannabis is literally a miracle plant that doesn't need any chemical or synthetic treatments to produce products.
the manufacturer Henry Ford designed an automobile that was built almost entirely with vegetable products, especially cannabis and its derivatives. The engine was already using a blend of 10% ethanol, while the body was made up of a special biodegradable plastic, much lighter but significantly stronger than a normal metallic body. In fact, there are at least 5,000 items that can be produced with cannabis. Amongst these are crackers, animal cages, insulation materials, textile fibers, guitar cases, sheets, rollers for massage, mascara, napkins, oatmeal, mattresses, footwear, t-shirts, shoelaces, earmuffs, diapers, baby pacifiers, pillows, hammocks, speaker boxes, shower curtains, chairs, deodorants, blankets, drums, coffee filters, clogs, sawdust for the stalls, curtains, hats, boots, ironing boards, underwear, towels, gloves, candles, surfboards, and even houses can be built in large part with cannabis products. Despite this, the production of cannabis is currently banned practically everywhere in the world. The problems for cannabis began in the 1930s. In the wake of the Industrial Revolution, a new movement in America was born. It was called Chemergy, and it listed the very Henry Ford among its founders. Instead of abandoning agriculture to itself and directing all the